There we go. Oh, you're rolling back?
No.
That's right.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari.
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 Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridhari.
Yashodanandana Vrajavararanjana.
Yashodanandana Vrajavararanjana.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridhari.
Yashodanandana Vrajavararanjana.
Yashodanandana Vrajavararanjana.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridhari.
Yashodanandana Vrajavararanjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Hare Krishna, Hare
What?
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Karottam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Dhirirayat Nivrashtam Svakrashtam Krishna Punya Sarvana Kirtanaha Hirdayanatasto Haya Bahadavani Vihunati Srit Satam Nasta Prayash Arhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavanti Naishtaki. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should first offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead Narayana, and unto Narayana Rishi, the supermost human being, and unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srimad Vyasadeva, the author. Shri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma, super soul in everyone's heart, and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam, and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service into the personhood of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental song, is established as an irrevocable fact. Today we're going to read from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 7, Text 11, the Hayagriva incarnation. Satre Mamasya Bhagavan Haya Shirashtaho Shastra Mamasya Bhagavan Haya Shirashtaho
Satra Mamansa Bhagavan Haya Sarasto Shakshat Sha Yagna Purushas
Tapanya Varnaha Sakshat Sa Yagna Purushas Tapanya Varnaha
Shakshat Sagyana Purushas Tapaniya Varna
Chandomayo Makhamoyo Kila Devatatma Chandomayo Makhamayo Kila Devatatma
Chandomayo Madhamayo Kila Devatma
Vacho
Babhur
Ushati Svashato Sya Nashtaha Vacho Babhur Ushtati Savashato Sya Nashtaha
Vacho Bhuvor Ushati Swashtato Sha Nashtaha
Sastre Mamasya Bhagavan Haya Shirashtashto
Satre Mamansa Bhagavan Haya Saristato
Shakshat Sha Yagna Purusha Stapaniya Varnaha
Shakshat Sagyana Purusha Sapaniya Varnaha
Chandomayo Makhamayo Kila Devatatma.
Chandomayo Makhamayo Kila Devatma.
Vacho Babur Ushtati Shavashatosha Nashtaha.
Vacho Babur Ushtati Shavashatosha Nashtaha.
Shastre Mama Shast Bhagavan Haya Shritarashtashto.
Satre Mamasa Bhagavan Haya Sarishto.
Shakstat Yagna Purusha Stapaniya Varnaha.
Sakshat Jnana Purusha Stapaniya Varna.
Chandomayo Makhamayo Kila Devatatma.
Chandomayo Kamayo Kila Devatma.
Vacho Babhuvur Ushati Savashatosha Nashtaha.
Vacho Bhuvur Ushati Svashatosha Nashtaha. Satre Mamansa Bhagavan Hoya Siras Satao. Sakshat Jnana Purushastapaniya Varnaha. Chandomaya Mukhammayo Kila Devatma. Vacho Bhuvur Ushati Vashatosha Nashtaha.
Satre Mama Sabhagavan Haya Shira Shapo. Sakshat Sayajna Purusha Stapaniya Varnaha. Chandomayo Makhamayo Kila Devatatma. Vacho Babur Ushati Shvasatosya Nastaha.
Satre Mamasa Bhagavan Haya Shiva Sato.
Satre Mamsa Bhagavan Hare Sasato.
Sakshat Sayagya Purushastapaniya Varnaha.
Sakshat Sayagna Purushastapaniya Varnaha.
Chandomayo Makhamayo Kila Devatatma.
Chandomayo Mukhammayo Kila Devatma.
Vacho Babhuvur Ushati Swasatosya Nastaha.
Vacho Bhuvur Ushati Svasvatosya Nashtaha.
Anyone else?
I have an announcement because I'll be gone. The Venerable said he doesn't want any visitors or phone calls when he comes back until he's ready. But he'll take tax, he said. So pass the word.
Take what? Oh, tax. I thought you said tax. She's going to take the tax. Take the taxes. He'll take the taxes, but no, I don't want to talk to you. Just give me the taxes. Drop them off.
See, I'll take a moment to chant the Hare Krishna mantra for
Well, yes.
this morning.
Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Is he back already?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Call when he's good.
Okay. All right then.
Shastre, in the sacrificial ceremony.
In the sacrificial ceremony.
Mama of mine.
Of mine.
Asha
Asha
appeared.
appeared. Bhagavan,
the personality of Godhead.
the personality of Godhead.
Hayashirasha,
Hayashirasha,
with his horse-like head.
with his horse-like head.
Ata,
Ata,
thus.
thus.
Sakshat,
Sakshat,
directly.
directly.
Sha,
Sha,
he.
he.
Yagna Purusha,
Yagna Purusha,
the person who is pleased by performances of sacrifice.
the person who is pleased by the performances of sacrifice.
Tapaniya,
Kapanya,
golden.
golden.
Vranaha,
Rana,
hue.
you.
Chandomayaha,
Chandomaya.
personified Vedic hymns.
Personified Vedic hymns.
Makhamayaha,
Makhana,
personified sacrifices.
personified sacrifices.
Akila,
Akila,
all that be.
all that be.
Devata Atma,
Devata Atma,
soul of the demigods.
the soul of the demigods.
Vachaha,
Vaja,
sound.
sound.
Babhuvaha,
Babuva,
become audible.
become audible.
Ushati,
Ushati,
very pleasing to hear.
very pleasing to hear.
Svashataha,
Swasa,
while breathing.
while breathing.
Ashya,
Asha,
his.
his.
Nashta,
Nasta,
through the nostrils.
through the nostrils.
The Lord appeared as the Hayagriva incarnation in the sacrifice performed by Brahma. He was the personified sacrifices, and the hue of his body was golden. He is the personified Vedas as well, and the super soul of all demigods. When he breathed, all the sweet sounds of the Vedic hymns came out of his nostrils. Please repeat after me. The Lord appeared as the Hayagriva incarnation
Incarnation.
in the sacrifice performed by Brahma.
Sacrifice from Brahma.
He was the personified sacrifices,
He was the
Personified sacrifices.
and the hue of his body
and the
Hue of his body
was golden.
was golden.
He was the personified Vedas as well,
He was the personified Vedas as well.
and the super soul of all demigods.
super soul of all demigods.
When he breathed,
When he breathed,
all the sweet sounds
all the sweet sounds
of Vedic hymns
of Vedic hymns
came out of his nostrils.
came out of his nostrils.
I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master, and unto the feet of all the Vaishnavas. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of Srila Rupa Goswami, along with his elder brother Sanatana Goswami, as well as Raghunatha Das and Raghunatha Bhatta, Gopala Bhatta, Srila Jiva Goswami. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Shri Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, along with the Veda Acharya, Gadadhara, Srivasa, and other associates. I offer my respectful obeisances to Sri Radharani and Sri Krishna, along with their associates, Sri Lalita and Vishaka. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Again, this is the second canto, 7th chapter, 11th text. The Vedic hymns are generally meant for sacrifices to be performed by the fruitive workers, who also want to satisfy the demigods to achieve their fruitive result. But the Lord is the personified sacrifices and personified Vedic hymns. Therefore, one who is directly a devotee of the Lord is a person who has automatically both served the purposes of the sacrifices and pleased the demigods. The devotees of the Lord may not perform any sacrifice or may not be pleased with the demigods as per Vedic injunctions, and still the devotee is on a higher level than the fruitive workers or the worshippers of different demigods. This Hayagriva avatar's main purpose in his incarnation of Lord Vishnu was to restore and protect the Vedas, which were stolen by Madhu and Kataba. This incarnation had a head resembling a horse and a body resembling Sri Narayana. We have very little information on this very mysterious incarnation of Lord Vishnu, but we do know that he incarnated in the Satya Yuga, and he is known as the god of knowledge and wisdom. Today happens to be the appearance day of quite a few great Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. It's the appearance day of Pundarika Vidyanidhi, Raghunandana Thakur, Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, Vishnu Priya Dasi, and it's the disappearance day of Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur, Vaganta Panchami, and Saraswati Puja. So today we're going to talk a little bit about Sri Raghunatha Das Goswami. In the Nectar of Devotion, there's the prayer to the 6 Goswamis. Nana Shastra Vichara Naikanupala Shadharma Shastra Pukara Lokanam Hitakarina Tribhuvane Manya Saranya Kora Radha Krishna Parara Vinda Bhajata Nandena Matalika Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyuga Shri Jiva Gopalaka. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the 6 Goswamis, namely Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, Sri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, who are very expert in scrutinizing and studying all the revealed scriptures with the aim of establishing eternal religious principles for the benefit of all human beings. And thus they are honored all over the 3 worlds, and they are worth taking shelter of, because they are absorbed in the mood of the gopis and are engaged in the transcendental loving service of Radha Krishna. Sri Raghunatha Das Goswami incarnated in the year, he appeared in the year 1416 Sakabda in a little village called Krishnapuri. And he lived for approximately 75 to 77 years. He lived a really long time. He is one of the 6 Goswamis, the principal disciples of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In the spiritual world, he is one of the maidservants of our dear Srimati Radharani. It is said in the Gauraganadesha Dipika, I believe 168, that he was formerly known as a Manjari by the name of Rasha Manjari. People have also said maybe Rati Manjari. His mission in this world was to help Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in spreading the Krishna consciousness movement to the world at large. He is what is known as a Nitya Siddha, an eternally liberated soul. He also became known as a Prayojana Acharya, he who by example teaches others life's ultimate goal, which is Krishna consciousness. He was born into a family of very wealthy Vaishnavas. He was the only son of Govardhan Manjundara. And as a youth, his spiritual master was Yadunandana Acharya. He had the great fortune of meeting a great Vaishnava in his youth. That was Haridasa Thakur. And he met Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at the age of 15. Even though he was very wealthy, he had no attachment for his family or his wife, and he would often try to run away. His father and uncle, seeing this tendency in him, would often engage guards to keep him at home. But still, even with their vigilance, he managed to run away. And finally, when he was about 23 years old, in the year 1439 Sakabda, he finally went to meet Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri. When he arrived there, Lord Chaitanya placed him in the care of Svarupa Damodar, and there he became assistant secretary to the Lord. When Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Svarupa Damodar disappeared from this world, in great pains of separation, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami decided that he wanted to get the dust of the lotus feet of the two brothers, Sri Rupa and Sri Sanatana. And so he would go to Vrindavan to meet them there. He also decided, after he received the dust of their lotus feet, that he would climb to the top of Govardhan Hill and end his life. When the brothers realized his plan, they did not let him end his life in this way. They accepted him as their third brother and kept him in their company. Sri Raghunath Das Goswami's daily activities included 1,000 obeisances to Lord Krishna. Also, he chanted 100,000 names of Krishna, which is 64 rounds of japa. He also offered obeisances to 2,000 Vaishnavas. Day and night, within his mind, he served Radha Krishna. He spent nearly 22 and a half hours a day engaged in their service. For 3 hours, he spent talking of the pastimes with Lord Sri Chaitanya. He slept for less than 2 hours a day, and sometimes this wasn't even possible. There's so much that we can learn by following in the footsteps of this great Vaishnava. Mostly, to be seriously engaged in devotional service. Mainly chanting of the names of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. He resided for almost 45 years near the banks of the Radhakund, taking a bath there 3 times daily. Toward the end of his life, he pretty much gave up all eating and drinking, subsisting on just a few drops of buttermilk. He wrote 3 books in his lifetime. The Sattva Mala, I'm saying that right, Sattva Mala, the Dana Charita, and the Mukta Charita. He also wrote a beautiful poem begging for the service of our dear Srimati Radharani. I'm going to go ahead and read that now. My life is worthless. I will give it up without receiving your mercy. Living in Radhakund and Vrindavan is meaningless to me, to say nothing of Vrindavan. Even Krishna himself is useless to me without you, O Srimati Radharani. You are the only object of my love. Please be merciful to me. Crying profusely, in great lamentation, I hold your lotus feet to my heart and beg for your loving service. May this Vilapa Kushu Manjali bring even the slightest satisfaction to you. I thought that was really beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. I found in the Chaitanya Charitamrita a conversation between Raghunath Das Goswami and Lord Nityananda. It's in the Anshya Leela, chapter 6. And in verse 131, this is Raghunath Das Goswami talking to Lord Nityananda. Tumara kripa vinakeha Chaitanya napaya Tumi kripa kaletandre Arhameha paya. No one can attain the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu without your mercy. But if you are merciful, even the lowest of men can attain the shelter at your lotus feet. So this clearly says that without the mercy of Lord Nityananda, we cannot obtain the mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Nityananda is the source of our spiritual strength. And he's looking so beautiful this morning. There's a really sweet pastime in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Anshya Leela, chapter 6, of Panihati festival, the chipped rice festival. And I'm going to go ahead and read a little bit of that for us now. It starts chapter 43. In the village of Panihati, Raghunath Dasa obtained an interview with Nityananda Prabhu, who was accompanied by many kirtana performers and servants and others. Sitting on a rock underneath the bank of the Ganges, Lord Nityananda seemed as effulgent as hundreds and thousands of rising suns. Many devotees sat on the ground surrounding him. Seeing the influence of Nityananda Prabhu, Raghunatha Dasa was astonished. Raghunatha Dasa offered his obeisances by falling prostrate at the distant place, and the servant of Nityananda Prabhu pointed out, "There is Raghunatha Das, offering you obeisances." Hearing this, Lord Nityananda Prabhu said, "You are a thief. Now you come to see me. Come here, come here. Today I shall punish you." The Lord called him, but Raghunatha Dasa did not go near the Lord. Then the Lord forcibly caught him and placed his lotus feet upon Raghunatha Dasa's head. Lord Nityananda was by nature very merciful and funny. Being merciful, he spoke to Raghunatha Dasa as follows: "You are just like a thief, for instead of coming near, you stay away at a distant place. Now I have captured you, and I shall punish you. Make a festival, and feed all my associates yogurt and chipped rice." Hearing this, Raghunatha Dasa was greatly pleased. Raghunatha Dasa immediately went to his own men in the village to purchase all kinds of edibles. He sent his own men to the village to purchase all kinds of edibles and bring them back. Raghunatha Das brought chipped rice, yogurt, milk, sweetmeats, sugar, bananas, and other edibles, and placed them all around. As soon as they heard that a festival was going to be held, all kinds of brahmanas and other gentlemen began to arrive. Thus there were innumerable people. Seeing the crowds increasing, Raghunatha Dasa arranged to get more edibles from other villages. He also brought 200 to 400 large round earthen pots. He also obtained 5 or 7 especially large earthen pots, and in these pots a brahmana began soaking chipped rice for the satisfaction of Lord Nityananda. In one place, chipped rice was soaked in hot milk in each of the large pots. Then half of the rice was milked with yogurt, sugar, and bananas. The other half was mixed with condensed milk and a special type of banana known as jampakala. Then sugar, clarified butter, and cornflour were added. After Nityananda Prabhu had changed his cloth for a new one and sat on a raised platform, the brahmana brought before him 7 huge pots. On that platform, all the most important associates of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, as well as other important men, sat down in a circle around the Lord. Among them were Ramadas, Sunaranandana, Gadadhar Dasa, Murari, Kamalakara, Sadashiva, and Purandara. Dhananjaya, Jagadisha, Paramasvara Dasa, Mahesha, Goridasa, Hoda Krishna Dasa was also there. Similarly, Udarana, Datta Thakur, and many other personal associates of the Lord sat on the raised platform with Nityananda Prabhu. No one could count them all. Hearing about the festival, all kinds of learned scholars and brahmanas and priests were there. Lord Nityananda Prabhu honored them and made them sit down on the raised platform with him. Everyone was offered 2 earthen pots. In one pot, they put chipped rice with condensed milk, and in other, chipped rice with yogurt. All the other people sat in groups around the platform. No one could count how many people were there. Each and every one of them was supplied with 2 earthen pots. One of chipped rice soaked in yogurt, and other of chipped rice soaked in condensed milk. Some of the brahmanas, not having gotten a place on the platform, went to the bank of the Ganges with their 2 earthen pots and soaked their chipped rice there. Others who could not get a place on even the Ganges got down into the water and began eating 2 kinds of chipped rice. Thus, some sat on the platform and some sat on the base of the platform, and some on the bank of the Ganges, and they were all supplied 2 pots, each by the 20 men who distributed the food. At that time, Raghava Pandita arrived there. Seeing the situation, he began to laugh in great surprise. He brought many kinds of food cooked in ghee and offered it to the Lord. This prasadam he placed before Lord Nityananda and then distributed among the devotees. Raghava Pandita said to Lord Nityananda, "For you, sir, I have already offered food to the deity, but you are engaged in a festival here, so the food is lying there untouched." Lord Nityananda replied, "Let me eat all of this food here during the day, and I shall eat at your home at night. I belong to a community of cowherd boys, and therefore I generally have many cowherd associates with me. I am happy when we eat together in a picnic like this, by the sandy bank of the river." Lord Nityananda made Raghava Pandita sit down, and had 2 pots delivered to him also. There were 2 kinds of chipped rice soaked in them. When chipped rice had been served to everyone, Lord Nityananda Prabhu in meditation brought Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived, Lord Nityananda Prabhu stood up, and then he saw how the others were enjoying the chip rice with yogurt and condensed milk. From each and every pot, Lord Nityananda took one morsel of chip rice and pushed him into the mouth of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a joke. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, also smiling, took a morsel of food and pushed it into the mouth of Nityananda, and laughed as he made Lord Nityananda eat it. In this way, Lord Nityananda was walking through all the groups of eaters, and the Vaishnavas standing there were seeing the fun. No one could understand that Lord Nityananda what he was doing as he walked about. Some, however, who were very fortunate, could see that Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was also present. Then Nityananda Prabhu smiled and sat down. On his right side, he kept 4 pots of chip rice that had not been made from boiled paddy. Lord Nityananda offered Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu a plate and had him sit down. And then together the 2 brothers began eating the chip rice. Seeing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eating with him, Lord Nityananda Prabhu became very happy and exhibited symptoms of ecstatic love. Lord Nityananda Prabhu ordered, "All of you eat, chanting the holy name of Hari," and immediately the holy names Hari, Hari,
Hari Hari.
resounded, filling the entire universe. When all the Vaishnavas were chanting the holy names of Hari, Hari,
Hari, Hari.
and eating, they remembered how Krishna and Balaram ate with their companions, the cowherd boys, on the banks of the Amur. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda Prabhu are extremely merciful and liberal. It was Raghunath Das's good fortune that they accepted all these dealings. Who can understand the mercy of Lord Nityananda Prabhu? He is so powerful that he induced Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to come and eat rice on the bank of the Ganges. Hare Krishna.
That Hari Hari, that's what Hari Dwani is, the sound of the chanting of Hari.
I was wondering about that.
That's so merciful.
Lord Krishna says something very sweet in the Srimad in the Bhagavad Gita. I want to thank you all for letting me give class today. It's my great fortune to be up here. Yaridam paramam bhuyam madbhaktesh abhipashyati bhaktim mai param kritva mamilashyati ashamya shavyaha nacha kasya manuyeshu kaskin me priyakrit manaha bhavita nacha me tashman anayaha priyatro bhuvi. For one who explains the supreme secret to the devotees, devotional service is guaranteed, and at the end he will come back to me. There is no servant in the world more dear to me, nor will there ever be one more dear. So thank you again. I'm very fortunate to be up here. Questions and comments?
I'd like to mention that Vishwanath Chakravarti, I read this morning that there, some say that he's an incarnation of Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami. And he appeared in the 1700s, like 1764 or something like that. And so there was a line from the Goswamis and Narottam Das. There's actually one Acharya in there that's a Mataji as well, up until Vishwanath Chakravarti.
Is it Vishnu Priya Dasi?
No, Vishnu Priya. Now this is her. It's Vishwanath Chakravarti's disappearance day, and Vishnu Priya is her appearance day. And Vishnu Priya is the second wife of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The first one, Lakshmi Priya, she died due to the separation from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yes.
So then there's a beautiful description of their wedding, but also she got a sense of that he was about to take sannyas, and she asked if it was true, and he told her. He gave her some instruction, and he said, by just listening to this instruction, you will be able to, tolerate this. He didn't use the word tolerate, but everything will be all right, just by hearing this instruction and accepting it. And so she was so renounced that every time she chanted one round, she would take 1 grain of rice and set it aside. At the end of the day, the rice that she had accumulated, that's the rice that she would cook and eat. And also the Raghunath Das in his earlier days, before going to Vrindavan, when he was staying, I believe, in Jagannath Puri, he had a similar, where he was at one point making nice feasts, getting money from his father and making nice feasts. Then he felt, there's different stages where he felt, I shouldn't be taking so much. This is I'm like a materialistic devotee. And so then gradually he was down to where he was, at one point, at one point he was standing by the Jagannath gates getting prasad from the, and then he felt like he was
I think you used the word
prostitute. I was thinking that in my mind. And so,
yeah, I read that.
but then he would go, whatever rice or whatever grains would drop in the marketplace, he would take. And then another stage was, he'd go into the fields, and after the harvest, anything that was left in the field, he would
I
take
think Lord Chaitanya at one point forcibly took that
from him. Where you're not sharing the big opulent feast.
He's not sharing the feast with me. Yeah.
So it was.
He's an amazing soul.
Yeah. So, but the hearing that Rupa Goswami incarnated, it wasn't stated like absolutely the way they stated it. It was on Desire Tree, but it was it's indicated that that's one thing that's considered that Vishwanath Chakravarti is an incarnation, or is empowered by Rupa Goswami. And Rupa Goswami had some special mercy from Saraswati, which is interesting because all these personalities are kind of tied together. Saraswati Puja is today.
Yes.
And
they all disappeared and appeared on the stage.
And Saraswati had some connection with Rupa Goswami, and then Vishwanath Chakravarti may be Rupa Goswami.
Wow.
And so this is all, very, you see the sweetness of all these wonderful personalities and how that all of, becoming a pure, not reawakening our purity and becoming who we really are opens the doors to incredible opportunities. Like, what did you do last summer? What did you do in your last lifetime? Well, in the last lifetime, I would say, they get to do so many things, so many incredible pastimes, and expand themselves. And sometimes do more than one, like multitasking. And so the doors of great adventures are there, but being a part of this movement and taking shelter of the Hare Krishna mantra and our parampara. Anyway, I'd really like to thank you once again. You did a very nice presentation.
Thank you so much for sharing all the information.
There's a lot of really special day, a lot of devotees' appearances. Is it Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's appearance day or
Disappearance.
disappearance
It's
day?
his disappearance.
Yeah, I wanted to mention last year, and I forgot that Prabhupada felt that he was so important that he actually wrote Samsara Dava, so it's the first song we sing every day.
Right.
Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So yeah, I wanted to mention that last year, and I didn't get a chance, so I want to mention it this year.
Waited for a year.
You waited a whole year of that
Yeah.
to say it.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Because I was going to mention it and I forgot, so I give you
Yeah. First song we sing every
Oh.
day, so it's very important. He's a very important lifestyle.
You were going.
Yeah.
Prabhupada felt he's the first person we pay homage to every day by singing his song.
Mm-hmm.
Very important. Very
Very
important
nice.
Vaishnava.
Thank you, Prabhu.
So in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, I think at the end of every chapter,
Yes, at the end of every chapter, he
he always writes praying at the lotus feet of
Yes.
Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunath.
Shiva Ventura.
Yeah. At the end of every chapter, those two.
And he's another one of these personalities that had great wealth.
Very wealthy. Very wealthy.
The great wealth and had no
No
interest
attachment
in,
for
no
himself.
attachment at all.
Also, Jayapataka Swami said that on these special days, if you pray to those personalities, they're very inclined to give
Yes,
them
that's
mercy.
what I learned from their appearance and disappearance days.
Wow.
So hopefully we'll get some of their mercy today.
Today is the first day of spring in northern India.
Yeah,
Is it?
that's what the
Vansanta Panchami.
It's the first day of spring, yeah.
Vansanta
So does that
Panchami.
mean like the rainy season is over or
Yeah,
it's over?
I think we're still kind of lingering.
depends on each place.
And they seem to call their seasons different from how we do because they have flowers in December. Okay?
Anything else? Thank you again.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,